Sweet. Hi. I'm Jenny Wireman from Bearded Goat Trail Running, and this is
Adam Moody.
And he doesn't have a whole lot of stuff to do with today, so he's going to be right on time.
I am super on. So today's the 8th of July, and today we're going to be talking about Trans Rockies. So kind of topical. I think it's coming up in mid-August. Mm-hmm. They keep the same time. And for those of you who don't know what Trans Rockies is, it's an event put on by, I should have done my research because they actually, I don't know who the actual company is. Anyways, they have tons of events, but Trans Rockies is specific to Colorado, hence the name Rockies.
It goes through kind of a mid portion of the Colorado Rockies. You start down south in Buena Vista, and you run approximately 120 miles through some amazing Colorado rockiness up to Beaver Creek, which is just by Vail.
Yeah. So it's you have a 3-day or a 6-day option. And so we did the 6-day. We figured why not. And so it's 120 miles over 6 days, or roughly half that over 3 days.
But it's really cool because while it is a camping experience, they set the tents up for you. So at the end of the day, when you're tired of having run, anywhere between a half marathon or 22, I think was the longest, 23 miles.
It was 25. I think it was just under a marathon.
Right.
The last day.
But you come in and they've already got the tent set up for you. So you get to just grab your bag and head off to your tent and relax for the rest of the day, or eat.
Yeah, it's a cool experience. I think the best way to describe it was probably how Jenny said it afterwards. I think shortly after, we were really trying to describe this to people. Our family met us at the end, and so we were telling them about it, and then we're like, this is kind of just like a summer camp for running adults. It's a lot of fun. Cool. It's really laid back. There are competitions in the sense that they do daily age group winners. You can run as like a couple for different age groups. And then, every day they'll have a little awards thing. But other than that, it's really laid back. There was several professional runners who were there,
which was also kind of cool.
Yeah, it was neat talking to them. Everyone seemed pretty laid back. And so it was just kind of nice getting into it and meeting, obviously a lot of people. It's kind of self-selecting, right? You get people who can run 6 days and 120 miles, and you don't have to be insanely fit to do that. But you don't have people that just think, I'll try doing a trail run for a week. So it's kind of neat. You get people who are really into trail running who show up.
But there's all sorts of paces. I mean, there's, of course, the expert professional runners who, blaze ahead. But, I mean, people end up, ending the day's race all over the place. And so, for hours, people keep finishing. And it's really cool. Everyone kind of sticks around the finish line and cheers on people up until the last runner. I think it was one of the most heartwarming experiences when this 72-year-old woman who was running with her daughter, she was the last person of the day, came in, and everyone was there cheering for her. It was just a really... it really bonded.
Yeah, it was really cool. And it's nice. You come in, and whenever you finish, I'm solid middle pack, especially with experienced runners, and coming in there. And it was nice. You come in and have like soda, juice, lots of snacks to eat. The only thing they didn't provide was lunch, because you're usually finishing somewhere.
Yeah. I
use that term loosely. And so there was somewhere where you could get lunch. And so they told you to bring some money or a credit card or something, and you could get I think the most non-town finish was the first day, and we finished at a campground, and they had hamburgers and hot dogs for sale.
And veggie dogs or veggie burgers.
Yeah, and after that we finished places where you could have a drink and at a restaurant, stuff like that. But otherwise, they cater in breakfast and dinner.
So everyone's in one big tent where they eat, which is also part of the kind of camp experience.
Yeah, when you eat, you're in one big tent. You're not all in one big tent when you're camping. So, like Jenny said earlier, it's nice. They set up all the tents, and you just lug over your bag and toss it in, and then in the morning pack up your stuff, toss it back, and away you go. So.
And you're running from place to place, so you don't really need much transportation. You're your own transportation.
But. Yeah, you're not doing anything besides running and hanging out. Yeah. I don't.
It was so much fun, and we'd never run on the Rockies before, so. What we did was we went up maybe 7 or so days in advance because it is at altitude. And so you really want to make sure that you acclimate if you're like us and from, closer to sea level. So we went camping, got up to about 10,000 feet at a state park.
Yeah, we went to Mueller State Park, which is closer to Colorado Springs. So you head up from Colorado Springs up towards, it's on the kind of the side of Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
So it's that area.
But yeah, so we went camping and we just started walking and then started running and eventually got to a point where we felt good running, you know, like 7 or 8 miles, I think was as much as we wanted to do.
Yeah.
But, you know, we thought that we were.
Well, we've been putting in the miles back home. And then, you know, part of it was vacation for us. You know, we went out and we had other stuff we did. We took the Pikes Peak cog railway to the top, which was pretty cool. You know, just went and did some shorter runs, went out and had some good food, amazing barbecue. I'm going to find that place, and it's in the middle of what I would consider nowhere. And I'll put a link on the in the description. It was some awesome barbecue. So if you're camping in that area, I would suggest stopping by.
We also hiked a 14er.
Yeah. Is that Mount Democrat?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the picture I used for this. I'll also link to that.
That was so cool.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun and good preparation, because on one of the days you do end up going over
Hope Pass.
Hope Pass. So it's about 12,500. So
and that was beautiful too. We'll put
crazy.
Up a picture of that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a wonderful vacation. I think we spent a total of 2.5 weeks out in Colorado. Got to spend some time in Denver too. Definitely stopped by an REI a couple of times to pick up extra clotheslines and stuff like that. But yeah, we had just a great time. Vail is definitely a tourist destination. Beaver Creek is just up from Vail. And so it was definitely, you know, ski slopes and a lot of things that are catered towards kind of, I guess, the mountain town, you know, so lots of activity centered retail.
Sure. So like mountain biking, they have the gondolas going in the summer, so you can go up and go hiking. You know, obviously the summer activities. I think there's an alpine slide up there. Actually, I know there is. And then also around there, we had friends who went camping down in southern Colorado before they went on the Trans Rocky Run 6 with us. And then we did the camping, but then also met up at a really nice Airbnb. I think it was like an hour east of Buena Vista, which was really nice to have a place to hang out at for a couple of days before we started. I'm trying to think, what else did we do? We did some cool stuff afterwards. Oh, we went on a hike and found Jenny's phone that she lost on day 2. We'll save that for another time.
Yeah, that's a good story for maybe a different webinar.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, there's just a ton of stuff to do. If you've been to Colorado, you know this. If you haven't, you should definitely go sometime.
It's
beautiful. What we're describing is just one small part. There's a lot of other places. Obviously, a big running spot, Durango. A lot of good runners from there. There's just a ton to do. So yeah, I think that
I want to go back, honestly.
Yeah, we were having a tough time doing it again. From my point of view, one of the few downsides is that it's the same course. And so they sent out a pretty extensive survey afterwards. And I wanted to be honest and, help them, like, what you like, what you didn't like, why would you do this again? Why wouldn't you? And I remember talking to Jenny and I was like, yeah, I would do this again, but I think I'd wait a few years because I'm sure there's some really minor changes, maybe due to trail closures or things like that. But otherwise, it's the same course.
We like variety.
Yeah, I think it would be fun to go back now and be like, oh, okay, I know where I can improve, and as you run the trail more and more, you can, get better at it. But I was like, yeah, I don't think I'd want to go back and do the exact same thing.
We differ in this. So. I would do it again. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'll wait a few years. So, but then there's the Run 3 option too, which I think is cool. If you're not up for the full 6 days or you don't have the time, you can hop in and do 3 days, and then they'll give you, or I think you have to pay for it, but they can arrange rides for you back to the airport even, or back to the start line. So yeah. And overall too, the crew who puts us on was amazing. Oh,
fantastic people. And just a hoot. I mean, it was very funny. In the evenings, they would do these announcements and whatnot, and they just have incredible senses of humor. And yeah.
Obviously a good team, been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
I guess the other thing too, I would say, is it is a big group. I'm trying to think. I didn't get full count on numbers, but the number of people who started, because so you have the 6-day people and the 3-day, and they do it together for 3 days, and then you lose about half of the people. But it was like 400 or 500 people, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think there was something like, there had to been just less than 300 left on the 6th day.
Yeah. So it's a pretty big group. Cool. So if big groups aren't your thing, then this might not work. That said, it's fairly spread out. You're never, when at breakfast and dinner, you're around a lot of people. But other than that, it's fairly spread out. And obviously it's trail running. You string out real quick.
Oh yeah.
So,
oh yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, beautiful. Like I said, some of the best trail running that we've done. It's gorgeous. There were times when you're running along a ridge line and there are just mountains everywhere that you can see. I mean, peaks of mountains. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's just
Single
stupid,
track
beautiful. You just like, okay, take a picture. Like, hey, look, it's an amazing view. What do you know? So,
well, there's times you're just dumbfounded, like, I can't believe I'm here.
So what would be your one thing you would tell somebody to do if they were going back to that area? Like besides Trans Rockies, like what's one thing like, oh, you got to go check this out?
You got to hike a 14er.
Yeah. Damn it. That's what I was going to say.
I
was thinking like, what am I going to say? I think a 14er. Yeah. And as runners, like you're conditioned for it, even if you're from out of town.
Power hike it.
Yeah. Some people not, oh yeah, I don't know about, they do run some of them, but anyways, that's a whole nother thing. We might have to do that sometime.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a blast. And then the views up there are insane. I mean, that's another beautiful place. So
yeah, I think that's
cool. All right. So from us, a thumbs up on the Trans Rockies. It's expensive in the sense that you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm paying this money to go trail racing, but it's a vacation in itself. So if you like being outside and you want to go to Colorado and you like trail running, I think it's kind of a no-brainer.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for listening in. And we apologize for being a little bit late. We had troubles coordinating in today. But no worries. Yeah. And I guess we'll see you guys next week.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye, everybody. Same bat channel.